Welcome to Freda Chando Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching our channel for the first time with profound humility, I want to request you to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you whenever we do a video like this. Give us more support by giving our videos more likes so that YouTube can recommend them to more viewers. Now, Kenyan politics is becoming even more interesting by the day, and the political temperatures are really hitting very high. Today, the Azimio fraternity was supposed to lead demonstrations in favor and in support of Juliana Cherera and the four dissenting commissioners. But those demos have been halted and postponed. Now it is emerging that William Samoei Ruto, acting on an intelligence report, realized that the demos was not really good for this country. And so on Sunday, he reached out to his predecessor, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, to talk to Raila Odinga so that they can find a truce. Apparently, there was an inter-Congolese consultation with the Burundian president, Evariste Ndayishimiye, at Safari Park Hotel. So the two, the former president and the current president, met in that meeting. And then after the meeting, William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta held meetings on the sidelines. They just went, the two of them, after that meeting, and they talked at length about the peace in the country, the planned demonstrations, and all these things. And I find this a bit encouraging on my side because William Ruto is still trying to put things in place. The earlier hard stand that they had taken with Rigathi Gachagua, to me, have always held, was not going to help this country because we need each other. So after that meeting, the former president talked to his brother Raila Odinga, and that informed the decision to postpone the demos. Now, William Samoei Ruto was really concerned about a few things. One is the launch of the Hustlers Fund that is happening today. Remember, the demos were supposed to take place today, and it is the very day that William Ruto was going to launch the much anticipated Hustlers Fund. You know, Hustlers Fund formed the heart of William Ruto's campaign because he had built a bridge between the hustler and the rich, and that is the campaign ladder and the song that is sung to the common man, knowing very well that the youth don't have jobs. So he told them that for 60 years we have had an economic model that is favoring the rich. And he told them that when he gets to power, he's going to trickle down he's going to have an economic model that will trickle money down to the hustler. And he was saying that instead of giving money to the multinational businesses, he's going to give it to the SMEs so that mama mboga na mtu wa baiskeli, boda boda will have something to start their business. Well, it was launched today. And so William Ruto was really concerned that on a day that he is launching his Hustlers Fund, Raila will be holding demos. And there was also another concern that to me is very pertinent, that our candidates were going to begin the exams. And we really need peace and tranquility for our little ones when they are taking the exams. We don't need to hold demos. And I want to applaud Raila Odinga for postponing or rather halting the demos because our children need a very peaceful environment. William Ruto was also concerned about revenue, something that I've sung about every day, that when people go to the streets, I can assure you that we're going to lose more revenue. And we are grappling with an economy that is already on its knees. So he was really concerned. So Uhuru Kenyatta took that opportunity and talked to Raila Odinga. And it's funny, time runs very fast because a few years ago, when the former president Uhuru Kenyatta wanted to hold talks for the sake of peace with Raila Odinga, William Ruto, then as the deputy president, opposed very vehemently such a move. He is realizing that we need to talk. Gentlemen must talk in a round table for the sake of peace. This obsession of who takes the political mileage must now stop, because Kenya, we need each other. We need you. I need you and you need me. Kenya needs you. Regardless of your political and party affiliation, we need to sit down. All over the world, leaders have sat down in times of crisis, and that is how peace have prevailed all over the world. And so I thought it was a good thing for William Ruto to reach out to his predecessor to send and extend an olive branch so that they can talk. And there is a meeting that is scheduled where Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, and William Ruto are supposed to meet for further discussions. But it's funny that his deputy is opposed to such meetings, just like it happened some years back when William Ruto opposed any talk between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila. His deputy Rigathi Gachagua does not see the need of talking to Raila Odinga. I think it's because there is this fear of the unknown. And Rigathi Gachagua fears that perhaps these talks can lead to some kind of handshake. But I've always said a handshake does not need to lead into a power sharing deal. What we need is a peaceful environment where candidates can conduct their exams peacefully, where investors can come and invest in our country. Because when there is altercations and running battles, I can assure you the investors will start losing hope and they will run away, and you will see them going to our neighboring countries. And it will be very much ironical when our former president is holding meetings to ensure that there is a tranquil environment, a tranquil political environment in Congo and Burundi, while at home people are fighting. And I've always maintained, ladies and gentlemen, that the fights are very unnecessary. The campaigns are over, and rightly so, as Raila put it, that even though they disagreed with the ruling of the Supreme Court, they decided for the sake of peace and unity in the country to move on. And I think it is very important and very, very paramount that the president calls on all the stakeholders to sit down for the sake of peace. You see, the office of the president is a symbol of unity. Just like the flag, you realize that anytime there is a tournament and maybe Kenya has won something to do with the marathon, you will see our flag being raised. Why? It is the symbol of national unity. Any Kenyan seeing that flag will feel that he is part of it. And so the presidency is also a symbol of national unity. And we should have a culture like what I see in the developed countries, where once you have been elected in office, despite the fact that there was a lot of, it was closely contested and it attracted a lot of maybe insults and name calling, once you have taken oath of office and you have that sword, then you should now embark on, serving all the parties. You serve all the Azimio supporters and you serve all the Kenya Kwanza supporters, because all of them are Kenyans and they pay taxes. And I just want to maybe encourage Kenyans to understand that elections come and go. Once elections are over, we need to get down to work to build our nation. And William Samoei Ruto and his deputy must take this golden opportunity to unite this country. The truth is, that the environment is polluted with tribalism and ethnic undertones, and we need to calm it down. And William Ruto should now, bring everyone on board. Wananchi simply want to see the leaders, talking together, talking to each other, with each other, not at each other, not throwing manenos here and there. And our deputy president must desist from his verbal attacks. must desist from the verbal attacks so that we have a peaceful environment. I have heard Raila Amolo Odinga saying that they have given the president time to unite the country, but it is like he's on a path to divide this country further. And I feel that what happened in Safari Park is the way to go. We need both the government and the opposition to sit together, not for the sake of having a handshake that will lead to power sharing deal, but to ensure that Kenyans are working together. Kenyans are embracing each other. And the meeting that is scheduled between the three of them, Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, and William Ruto, must take place. And